that was a good one. That was one of my best air drums ever. Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Huddle. My name is Steele Greye, and if this is your first time joining us, hello. I'm glad you're here because this is the place to be. Every day of the week, 9 o'clock in the morning, we speak about all different things from the mind to the body to professionalism to the heart. We hit all the bases. So thank you for joining us. A little about myself. I am a vocalist, an actor, a speaker, influencer. I just show up in life. I take the information in. I bring it to whomever can hear it. And I am curious beyond measure. That's my quick Dun and Bradstreet for today. Just quick. I don't want to go too far, right? So today, we talk about the brain, right? What is it about the brain that, if not treated correctly, slows us down? How can we make our brain stronger so that we can show up better in life? This seems very, what's the word I'm looking for? It almost seems like something that, yeah, everybody knows that. You can do this for your brain. You can do that for your brain. However, we don't do it, or we are not doing it, right? So as always, I brought some notes along, and, interestingly enough, some of these things you may have forgotten. And what I'm going to do today or right now is I'm going to do something a little different than before. Instead of going right into the actual words or things that make our brain sharper, excuse me, I'm going to start out with something that has to do with balance, right? Believe it or not, when we are in balance, our brain works better, right? So I'm going to give you a short exercise that I want you to do. It's so simple that anyone can do it. However, some people may not be able to do it. And if you can't do it, don't be down on yourself. But I'm going to give it to you straight ahead before I give you any of the other information. So what I want you to do is I want you to stand in your room or in the front of your house or wherever you are. And I want you to, and you don't have to do this right now. I'm just giving you some instruction. You can stand with your feet together, right? Just straight, no, nothing fancy. But as you're standing on your own 2 feet, I want you to raise one of your legs up, like let's say your right leg into an L shape. And while you raise your leg up, I want you to close your eyes and see if you can balance on one leg with your other leg up for 10 seconds with your eyes closed. This is a very interesting exercise because there are triggers that allow us to know whether we are in balance or not. And then those signals go to our brain. So once again, stand in the middle of the room or wherever you are, one leg up like an L shape and the other leg just erect, and see if you could stand there for 10 seconds with your eyes closed, balance on one leg. Think of a flamingo, if you will. How you see a flamingo looks always like the leg is up. You would be so surprised at how much these little things give us information about balance, right? Hence, sending the signals to our brain about if everything is working correctly, right? If all of the things that we do and our cognitive functions are in line with each other, okay? Second thing is, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Give yourself an actual amount of time every day where you completely detox from social media. You could say, I'm going to give myself 1 hour today with no social media. I'm going to do 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The social media is diminishing our brain function because we have a need to be connected to something, right? And the thing that we're connected to is also validating us in one way or another, because you may be seeing something online that is terrible, and you might be saying, wow, well, my life is not that bad. Or you might be seeing something online that's over the top crazy, but happy for you. And you get down on yourself and say, wow, why isn't my life like that? Okay, so those are 2 solid reasons, right? The third thing, and this is something I think I've said before on the presentation, is When was the last time you did something for the first time? Think about that. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Understand that when you do something for the first time, the brain is free. It doesn't know what to expect, what to do. So there's a specific part of the brain that starts to work and open up. This is why they always say, as people start to age, keep them moving, keep them playing cards, moving around, things in their hand, all the things that work on the mechanical skills, right? So when I say do something new, this could mean anything, right? It could mean a game that you've never played. It could mean doing something in your house that you've never done. It could mean walking out into an open field and throwing a frisbee. Haven't done that in years, right? However the case may be. Again, direct signals to the brain, right? This next one is I'm not sure that a lot of people check their blood pressure a lot. Um, when you check your blood pressure, it gives you a lot of different signals that allow you to do other things or to be aware of certain things. So I challenge you to look online, look at what an average blood pressure should be, check it out. And if your blood pressure is too high or too low, go in that direction to serve whatever you need to do so that the brain is moving at a more optimal level. I check my blood pressure probably once or twice a month, right? I'm very fortunate to have great blood pressure. However, when it changes from time to time, we should know about it. And you don't have to go to the doctor to check your blood pressure. There's many ways to check your blood pressure, and you can go to like a CVS or a Walgreens. Most of those people will give you your blood pressure for free, so you don't have to worry about anything like going to the doctor. Um, again, you may know this already, but remember that walking increases the blood to the brain. Walking, think about that. So if you gave yourself a mile, I said this a while ago on the Huddle, a mile walk and back is 2 miles, right? 2 miles a day is 60 miles in a month. Now, I'm in a city that has a lot of walkers. Many other cities, the people that are joining us today, may be in cities where you drive all the time. This is something that we should change because the mobility is the thing. The mobility is the thing that's going to change the way our brain functions because our body wants to go and be fluid, right? And I made a note here. Interesting. The least amount of movement in a human body leads to the most in cognitive decline. So imagine the person who used to walk all the time and now they're sitting in a chair all day watching TV or cleaning in their house. They get up, they sit down, and then they sit the rest of the day and they never move again. Imagine how that affects the brain. Think about that. Most of the cases that people find where we're talking about dementia and Alzheimer's, most of those people, had they caught it earlier, most of them, again, I'm not a doctor, but I know the specific facts that most people did not check on these things, nor did they continue to keep walking the entire time. There's very few. I know there's some elderly people who are always walking. I see them now, and I'm like, wow. Sometimes when I go into Lower Manhattan, I always see these Asian people in the morning doing Tai Chi. So beautiful. So now you have them moving, you have them walking, and they are in shape. Oh my goodness. Brains are very, very good as well. See, so it works out. Um, on top of all this, we also talk about strength training. I say, and I put down this concept, where is it? Oh, habit stacking, right? Stacking means you do something you want to do and something, I'm sorry, you do something that you always do with something that you want to do on top of it. So like, let's say you're watching television. While you're watching television, you keep some weights by the sofa and you're moving the weights back and forth while you're watching, or you're doing some sit-ups, or you're doing some stretches, right? If you stack two things together, you get your exercise in. Again, back up to the brain. The brain understands when you're moving and wants you to move as much as possible. And this is proven. You can look this up. Um, it's it's something that if you do it consistently, I would say 2 to 3 times a week. You don't have to go to the gym. You can have weights. You can pick up water bottles. You can do exercises that are dependent on your body weight, lifting your legs, so on and so forth. Again, you would be amazed at how much this helps brain health. I mean, you won't know it fully until you do it. So someone within the sound of my voice right now is saying, man, I definitely don't move enough. I'm telling you that if you start moving, you will find certain things are going to change around you in the way that you think, in the way that the things show up around you. Um, Also, this concept is really good. Um, and I've heard this many, many times from different people, people that are more, in the medicine field and doctors, to say that we always use the word multitasking. We use it all the time. Oh my God, wait, hold on, I'm multitasking. I'm sorry, I'll get back to you. If you want to challenge yourself, start to practice single tasking, which means you're going to do one thing and you're going to do that one thing for 20 minutes, for 30 minutes, for 10 minutes, whatever it is, with no phone, with no interruption, with no walking away and getting a Coke, nothing. Single tasking. When you talk about single tasking, um, oh, what is the saying? Uh, single multitasking. Uh, Multitasking to the brain is like smoking to the lungs. Did you get that? Multitasking to the brain is like smoking to the lungs. So the brain, technically speaking, is only built to do one thing at a time. We've become good at multitasking, don't get me wrong, but it's really not what we're supposed to do, right? So if you could practice this week and check in with me and ask and tell me how it goes for you. Single tasking, right? I wrote a quote here or a piece of information that says, um, if you're multitasking 20%, it's fraying the neural connections. So it disrupts the sleep and it could possibly increase depression. Isn't that amazing? So, in other words, if you're doing too much at one time over time consistently, you're literally um, making the neural connections slower and not working as much. And it gives the body this urge to want to sleep and then not sleep back and forth. Think about that. So the next time you're multitasking, pull back and ask yourself, can I do this and then do this? Right? I say this to myself every day because I have somewhat of a lizard brain in a day and I'm doing multiple things and I'm going places and I'm in New York City and everything is like all around me. And you know what I do? I go to a cafe, I sit down, I put some headphones on, I read, I write, and I keep myself in one place so that I'm not stimulated by all the things that are going on in New York City. Whew. It's not easy. It's not easy at all, I'm telling you. Um, and when we talk about the word that we always hear, which is stress, stress is the word that gets into our life and in our body, but no one can really explain what it is. Like, I'm stressed. What does that mean? Well, partially what it means is that the brain is not functioning fluidly and you're all over the place, right? All over the place, all over the place. And stress is easily the enemy of memory. You ever notice when you're really, really stressed, you forget things, you are absent-minded about certain things, and sometimes you just want to sit down because you're like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. And then your cortisol rises. And as the cortisol rises, the different sections of the brain that deal with memory start to decrease, starts to move in another direction. You know what? You do your crazy stuff. I'm going to relax because I can't work like this. Isn't that amazing? So it's like I just said I can't work like this, and I was thinking about sometimes when I see people with children and they're in the store, and the little girl's grabbing the potato chips, and the little boy is shooting the gun, and I look at a woman, and she's like, "Oh, oh God, help me." I've seen that maybe more times than I can admit. But also another thing, and this is again, this is probably common knowledge to you. Um, Never ever underestimate the power of closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, and creating a yawn, right? You open your mouth, like that, and then you start to yawn. Trust me, this is another great key. It relaxes the brain, it relaxes the nervous system, and you can be a little calmer, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes, right? Take it. Take the calm. Please take the calm. Also, another tip is this happened to me when I was on the cruise ship. I was on a cruise ship and I was in a room that had no windows for 6 months. Beautiful room, just no windows. When you're not in a place where there's a light source, it affects the brain, right? So some people say, well, I don't live in a place where the sun is facing me or whatever the case may be. So um, there's a sentence that you may hear all the time, which is do the best you can do to not be on the internet an hour before you go to sleep. The rays from the phone and from the iPad and so on and so forth affect the brain immensely, like you can't even imagine. Trust me, look it up, do some further research on this because it's really, really true. So, also, I wrote this down too. It said that those who sleep less than 6 hours a night in their 50s and their 60s have a 30% higher risk of dementia. Can you imagine? 30% more just for sleeping less than 6 hours a night. So you can see how things are cumulative, right? After a while, you keep doing that, you keep doing that. All of a sudden, the brain says, okay, we're going to slip away now. We're going to go in another direction because we don't think you're paying attention to us. That kind of thing. Also, again, seems second nature, but I'm going to say it anyway. Hearing and vision text, right? Hearing and vision tests. You would be so surprised to know that not taking a hearing or a vision test. Now, remember, the brain works best when all of the senses and all of the cognitive functions are working together. We're all helping. All this is such common sense because it's like a team. If you have a team of 8 people and 6 out of the 8 are doing great, but these 2 on the side are pushing stuff away and throwing stuff and knocking stuff down, that's going to disrupt the other 6 people on the team, right? That just makes sense. So um, it is said that, once again, cognitive decline and dementia, if caught early and if looked at earlier, you can do so many great things to kind of push them back, right? Or to make them feel like, we're all going to age and we're all going to get to a stage where our brain is just tired and it's not going to work as much as it used to. But I know people, my grandmother's one of them. She's 93. My grandmother knows about her bills. She knows where stuff is in her house. She knows people who called her last week. She has phone numbers in her head from multiple people, multiple people. How does she do that? In my personal opinion, it's because she is always moving. People are always coming to see her. She's on the phone. She's talking to people. She's moving around. That's how I see it, right? Get your vision check, get your hearing check. This might be something you're just like, oh, yeah, well, I know that already. But here's the thing. When the brain is stimulated from all the senses, it works better, right? Trust me on this. This next one is one of my favorites because this is what I do all the time. And it is to be outside. Spend more time outside than you've ever spent outside. Case in point, when you're outside, what is there? The breeze, the sun. We all know what the sun does for us. Our brain loves it, loves to feel this warmth, this energetic connection with the sun. But also, I said this a long time ago, hug more trees. Be around the trees. The trees are magical things that have energy coming up through them through the ground. And the vibration that's there is so good for us, you have no idea. It's like having a hidden elixir right around you at all times, and you're not using it. Go hug the trees. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And it actually it actually does improve the brain structure. The connection between nature and the brain is one of the most fascinating things ever. So I challenge you to go out, be in nature, check it out, see what's going on around your area. If you don't have nature near you, go to where there's nature and say to yourself, you know what? I want to get some more of this nature today. Hug a tree. If you really want to get crazy, go into a park or in your backyard if you have grass, take your shoes off and connect directly with the ground. A lot of people speak about this and then it gets swept under the rug a little bit. We forget about it. Trust me. I do this maybe every 2 or 3 days. I do that. My goodness, it's the best feeling ever. Trust me, it really is. What's the other thing I was going to say? There's another concept I wanted to bring up. Oh, okay. So when we talk about interconnectivity with other people, I want to give you another challenge that I'm telling you is going to help you so good. I want you to think about the closest people in your life right now, and I want you to create 2 dates with 2 different people. Randomly call someone up that you love. You just keep missing them. They're busy. You're busy, and say, "Hey, let's go out to lunch next week. Hey, let's take a walk in the park next week." Or, "Hey, let me pick you up from work and let's go see a movie." The interconnectivity is so good for the brain. I will also say, please stay away from the toxic people that you know are not good for your forward motion. It's just, I know it seems second nature, like, oh yeah, you don't have to tell me that. We keep showing up for toxic people and our brain does not like it because we have to rework things around them, right? So please do that. I mean, I'm just laughing because I'm thinking about some toxic people that I had to let go. And oh my God, it hurt so bad at first. But now I'm like, wow, I'm breathing in that fresh, clean air now. It's awesome. I don't have to fight with this person or that person or whatever. Um, and also, plan a trip. When you plan a trip, your brain actually gets excited. I researched this. It's unbelievable because you know you're going somewhere you've never been, or you know you're going somewhere you do love, and your brain gets excited, right? Your brain gets excited about where you're going to go, what you're going to do, who you're going to see. And by the way, just to remind you of this, the mind doesn't know that something is actually happening or not. So if I said to you, well, actually, I'll put it on myself. If someone says, Chase, remember when you were on the cruise ship and you were walking in Turkey and you were sipping that tea and eating that beautiful vegetarian pizza? As soon as I said that to myself, I can feel that. I can feel the vibration of it. It's unbelievable. But when you think about going to the Caribbean or going to Australia or going to whatever, you get excited because newness stimulates the brain, right? The newness of a particular moment will have you going, wow, I like that. That's cool. I want to do that. And now all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I'm not thinking about this crap that I was thinking about a couple seconds ago. I'm thinking about how I'm going to get there, where I'm going to stay, what I'm going to eat, who I'm going to bring. Am I going to go alone? This is the kind of things that we need to put in the front of our brain, right? So that we have a better time. Okay, so one of the biggest things in this presentation that I want to say, and it's so fascinating how we can do this with anything I talk about. I could say this every time I do a presentation, and it applies to everything. And that is, you need to forgive someone. Forgive someone that has hurt you or wronged you, or maybe that you wronged. Forgive someone or forgive yourself. Allow your brain to be oxygenated with the space of forgiveness. Please trust me on this. And I'm going to tell you that I battled with this for a long time. A long time. And the time that I missed and what it took from me in those moments of non forgiveness, I can never get back. I can only start right here and go forward. Forgive someone or forgive yourself. I'm not even going to sit there that long because whew, I can go crazy with that topic, right? So remember that chronic anger will actually raise your blood pressure, takes away your sleep, and gets you again closer to depression, and in the area of all the other debilitating things. Chronic hate. Imagine that, right? So, lastly, I want to talk about um, foods. I love to talk about foods. And I'm going to concentrate on three things. The first being berries, anything with the word berry in it, okay? Second one, greens, specifically dark leafy greens. And the third one is beans. These are all brain enhancing things, right? I'm telling you, you can research them one by one. You'll be amazed what you find out, right? Berries, many berries are great for memory and cognition. Many strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. You will not believe it if you start eating more of those. All we need, all we need to strengthen our minds and really have more fluidity is one serving of dark leafy greens a day. One at minimum. You might say, I would love two. You might say, I would love three. But one at minimum, trust me, you have no idea. And I don't have any water with me, and I need some right now. So, and then we talk about beans. Did you know that many beans have magnesium and zinc in them? People don't talk about this. I don't know why, but they do, right? So the folate and the magnesium and the zinc, you're talking about happy brain, good things, right? Many servings of them throughout the week, but one a day, just one a day. Oh my goodness, you have no idea. Trust me. So, would anyone like to say anything? Because I have so much information. Sometimes I forget. There's other people here. I'm like, let me get all this information out.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
Rashida.
I am saying to you is like just one of those things. The question that you've been putting out there is that what is this? What is something that you have done that you have not done ever?
When's the last time you did something for the first time?
Yesterday was my last time. It was my first. I went out looking for chickens.
Okay.
Looking for chickens.
You're looking for chickens.
Chicken. I have a chicken coop for like 2 years now. Somebody gave me a chicken coop.
Oh, wow.
And yesterday I wake up and I said to my son, come, let's go with the kid looking for chicken. He said, chickens? Mommy, you don't eat chickens.
Right.
Mommy, you don't eat chicken, but then you're going to go and look for chicken.
Right.
So this morning when you posed the question, I said, wait a minute. Who have me going out looking for damn chickens? And it's funny because I didn't find chickens, one, but I find a lot of dry straw to put into my garden. Right. Because I still have any snow. Right now it's snowing outside there.
What?
And I know.
It's snowing in PA?
It's snowing. So what I have to do with the dry straw is cover my seed that I'm sowing. Wow. So that is one thing and right now I'm standing on one leg. Wow. But it's the routine that I live by because I have a routine. I wake up in the morning, I say my devotion, I connect.
I know you do. I know you do.
And I stand on my head. I do an invert. I have an inverting
love
machine.
those. Those are great.
So I am so proud of you getting stuff in. Okay, I'm guilty as charged because I'm a multitasker.
Right.
I multitask. I have 10 grandkids of the head. I'm not going to multitask, Chase. And I have 3 living with me right now. So I have to multitask 3 toddlers, 5-year-old, 3-year-old, and 1-year-old. Tell me if I cannot multitask. I have to. But guess what? One thing I can tell you all guys, those grandkids is keeping me this young.
That's right. That's right.
So thank you so much for the points that you taking. My blood pressure is excellent.
Right.
I live a life in nature and off the grid. So I cannot go but so much with everything that you say. I go for it. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs.
I love
it. Remember, you owe me an invitation and you need to come home.
I do. I do. You're right about that. Thank you so much,
you so
Rashida.
much.
And your hair looks great. I'm coming to your house to get retwisted.
Thank you.
I want my hair to look like that. Maria, really quickly, if you can, and then Coach Ingrid, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear my voice?
I can.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And the universe thanks you for everything you shared today. And I want to add a practice, which is never go anywhere without your spring water and or filter water.
That's what I did just now. Did not bring it. You're right.
I know. I want to come bring you some.
I'm
it's
guilty.
it's just a gentle reminder. And thanks for everything. I'm deeply grateful.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. What a pleasure. Coach, bring it on, Coach.
What a beautiful topic, as all your topics are. Sonny, I did a Facebook post a couple of weeks ago in regards to that standing on one leg thing.
Yes.
And
I got to look at that. How did I miss that? Oh, man.
Yeah, I actually did on my left leg a little over a minute because I started moving around, and on my right leg 2 minutes and like 5 seconds.
A minute? Nice.
Yeah, and on my right leg 2 minutes. And the minimum that you should be doing, at least for my age group, 60 to 69, is 27 seconds.
Okay.
With your eyes open.
Right.
So once you master open, you should try and do it closed, which is like about a second, because it's more challenging. I won't say difficult.
I feel that.
Yeah, but everybody should do that, because that not only helps the brain, but it also helps us as we age to gain balance and stability, so we can break falls and not harm ourselves, right?
Correct.
And the blood pressure numbers, really good aspect again. I always tell people, know your numbers.
Know your numbers.
Could rattle off numbers for different things, the top 10 this or whatever, but they don't know their numbers. And the top number, the systolic pressure number, should be less than 120, and the diastolic, which is the bottom, should be less than 80. Know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you can't be proactive.
So true.
And one of the things that we can do is to use our non-dominant hand to do tasks such as brushing your teeth.
I forgot to say that. Yes, you're right. Switch the other side.
Non-dominant hand that uses the brain and activates the brain.
That's right.
Your right hand, and use your left hand to brush your teeth, to brush your hair, to wash the dishes or whatever. That's
correct. Yes, Coach. I love it. I love it when you bring up stuff like that. I was going to say the thing about switching your hands. Thank you for reminding me of that. And I want to do that myself. I want to learn how to write with my left hand as much as I do with my right hand. So thank you for saying that. And it really helps the brain. However you look at it, all these things push the brain in an area where it needs to work a little more, and it's more fluid. Thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate you. Coming to see you for lunch soon. I'm going to keep saying that until it happens, okay? We're in the same city. I need to come see you. So, my good people, as always, I feel like when I start talking, it's over. As soon as I get my groove, boom, it's over. But I appreciate everyone coming today. I have more to say on this topic. I'll revisit this within another topic coming up shortly. But as always, we thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to leave you with our tenets. Of course, please love more people. We need more love in this life right now. I bring the love every day in any way that I can, and it feels so good. Today, I'm going to be singing for some seniors. I can't wait to see them. They're so happy. I love them so much. Please give of yourself today. Give something away that you love. Give of your time. Give of your money. Give some food away. It really, really makes a big, big difference, right? Also, move the body. We talked about that before. Take a walk today, take a walk in your neighborhood, take a walk somewhere in the vicinity of your house with nothing on you. Just take a walk, let yourself be out in nature and do the things that it wants you to do anyway, right? Give it a shot today, eating mostly plant-based. Maybe today's the day you just go plant-based and feel really stronger about what's going on with you, right? Sleeping, I talked about the sleeping, at least 6 hours. Most of us need 8 or 9 hours. That's the truth. Really, really, we do. So sleep a little bit more. And please, please stress less, my people. Take the breaths that you need. Be around the people who light you up. Eat some fruits. Jump, skip, somersault, headstand. Do the things that make you happy. Please, please challenge your assumptions. And please check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's not all true. As a matter of fact, most of the things that you're worried about won't ever happen. Isn't that amazing? Have a spectacular day, everybody. It's been a pleasure. And be well. I love you so much. I'll see you soon. Peace.